Greetings, everyone. How are you? Hope you are all doing well. My name is Janice Henderson, and I want to welcome you to Morning Dew. Today's encouraging word comes to us from Psalm 86, verse 15, and it states, "But thou, O Lord, art a God full of compassion and gracious, long-suffering, and plenteous in mercy and truth." Today, I continue to focus on the series Precious Promises. Today's promise is compassion. Compassion is the feeling or emotion when a person is moved by the suffering or distress of another and by the desire to relieve it. So, compassion is twofold: being moved by the suffering and distress, but it doesn't stop there. It speaks to doing something, having that desire to relieve that suffering and that distress, and know that God is full of compassion. He is compassionate, and thus you are assured of His compassion. Our focus verse states He is full of compassion. He is moved by the things that we are going through. He can be touched with the feelings of our infirmities, and know that God's compassion, it never fails. You can always count on God to be compassionate. Lamentations 3 verse 22 states, "It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because His compassions fail not." Recognize that we are living in a world that at times we see that the love of many has waxed cold. We see so many persons are in distress, so many persons are suffering. But at times it seems as if no one cares. But know that God cares, and God sees what you are going through, and you can count on Him to show compassion. Know that His compassion will move Him to act on your behalf. God will come through for you. Throughout the scriptures, we see evidences of Jesus being moved by compassion. And when He had compassion on the people, it moved Him to do something to alleviate that distress that they were in. Matthew 14 verse 14 states, "And Jesus went forth and saw a great multitude, and was moved with compassion toward them, and He healed their sick." Jesus saw that so many persons were suffering. They were ailing because of sicknesses and infirmities and disease. And He was moved with compassion towards them, and He brought healing. And so it is with that situation that you are going through. Know that God sees, and He is concerned about you, and He will act on your behalf. All you have to do is to trust Him. Trust Him with that situation that you are facing, and have the assurance that He will come through for you. He will show up. He will work things out. He will make a way. All you have to do is to trust Him. We recognize that God is compassionate towards us, and because He is compassionate towards us, He also expects us to extend compassion to others. Recognize that each person that you see has some trial, has some tests that they are going through. You may not know what a person is going through, and therefore it is important that you are compassionate. Zechariah 7 verse 9 states, "Thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, saying, Execute true judgment, and show mercy and compassion to every man to his brother." You must show compassion to everyone that you meet. Treat others with compassion. There are times when you may not be in a position to alleviate their suffering, but do not add to it. So it's important that you show compassion. Remember that God is full of compassion, and His compassions never fail. His compassion will never fail. And because of His compassion, He will act on your behalf. He will move to alleviate that suffering and that distress that you are facing. And as He shows compassion to you, I encourage you to show compassion to others. So I want to thank you for joining me today, and I invite you to join me again tomorrow. for another morning dew. Until then, have a wonderful day as you go throughout the day and the rest of the week. Be assured of God's compassion towards you and be confident that He will act on your behalf to lead you onwards. Until tomorrow, have a wonderful day. God bless you.